Good day, everybody, and welcome to Schnozzcast. This is Bob, joined by my splendiferous co-hosts. I don't like that. Joined by my...
Scratch that.
Scratch that. Reverse it. By my hirsute co-hosts.
That's much better. Thank you for that.
Cory, Nick, and Todd.
Just started over.
Todd, I'm referring to your ball hair.
There we talk about.
All right. Guys, welcome. Guys and girls, welcome.
Oh, good evening.
Todd, you there?
I am here, sir.
Excellent. How are you?
Amazing.
Cory?
Oh, hey. I'm fantastic.
Okay. Can you say it like Todd did?
I could. It would just take a lot of energy. And I don't necessarily feel like
we've been
mustering
waiting
up
for
all
this
that
all
energy right
week
now.
long. For 6 straight days, looking forward to tonight. You don't have the energy?
I can't just use all my excitement right at the beginning and then be out of excitement.
Oh, you're all about sort of parceling out the excitement.
I want to parse out my
we go.
excitement throughout the
You're
episode.
going to pace yourself.
Definitely pace myself.
Okay.
Slow and steady wins the race.
He's a sprinkler.
Truer words were never spoken.
Exactly.
All right. Speaking of slow and steady, thank you all for hanging with us. If you're new to the podcast, please come back every weekend. You can find us out old episodes, recent episodes out in the streaming services on Apple Podcasts, Podbean, Spotify, Stitcher, or you all right? I look across and Cory just goes, "Boing."
I just wanted to lower the seat a little bit on the new chair so the arms would slide under the table. And now, I don't know, I might be a little too low.
You might be.
Well, if you go a little lower, your feet will touch the ground.
Oh, we're fucking funny today, huh?
Short.
Todd, I'm fucking taller than you.
That was a short joke.
I'll give you a short
Not
joke.
without the lifts.
It's funny how
Actually, I think this is more comfortable.
we're all like, Todd, I'm taller than you. Todd, you're older than me. I'm sensing a trend here.
That Todd is older and shorter than us?
Possibly.
I just feel like
Well,
That makes no
test that.
sense.
I feel like when Todd and Cory argue, it's like two of the lollipop kids like getting into a fight with each other, like, why I oughta you get over here, woink, get out of here.
That's the Three Stooges.
I know, but it's a little play on both of them.
Was it, though?
But in my head now, I'm like, good call putting the Three Stooges on your list of gentlemen's agreement things to assign
No,
to Nick.
no, do not. No.
I feel like it was
No.
tailor-made for
All
him.
physical comedy.
I don't know how else to
Boy.
spell it out. Like I'm to the point where I'm like, do not assign this to me. And you guys are like, but you know what? You haven't seen this 80s crazy.
But when you start quoting
movie.
them, I'm like, yes, I think this
I
is a
know
good thing to do.
about them. I know about
Right,
them.
but you knew about them and didn't say, like, I'll never do that in front of anybody.
It's not like I couldn't get through
You're like,
the
let me
statement.
put that in my pocket and I'll
Was
pull it
it-
out whenever I want.
Because
to.
I couldn't get through the statement because I'm like, you know what? This is such a funny black and white fucking movie reference or TV show or
You
whatever
just
the
say
fuck
movie
it is.
reference. It's fine.
Yeah. I can't even contain myself. The Stooges are so funny.
All right, and you can also follow us out on social media, out on Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube at Schnozzcast. You can email us at schnozzcast@gmail.com with any of your questions or requests for relationship advice from the fellas
Yes, sir.
who have plenty of it to give. Or you can call or text us at 618-SHOCKER.
Yep.
Yep, that's true. You can
True statement.
You can do that. That thing he said can be done.
Yep. The shocker line always open for you.
Oh, so if they called, would you answer the phone as Vinnie Barbarino,
I don't know who that is.
as John Travolta?
Oh, yeah, sure.
He's like an 80-year-old dude, Bob. Like Nick would know him. Like we would know him. You're like an old head.
I like to
Is
make
he 80?
I like to make
Yeah, I think
references.
he's 79.
I like to make references for things I don't know anything about. Apparently.
I like to reminisce with people
Maybe
I don't
69.
know.
Yeah.
Maybe 70.
Oh yeah, brown chicken brown.
Hey,
cow.
Cory, how long? I sent you a picture. How long would it take you to share that on the screen?
It would take me quite long, sir.
Okay, there you go.
What the fuck is that?
That
What the fuck? What are we looking at?
So I'm going to explain it to you in a second.
TT no tech.
Is it Is it on the screen?
Is that you?
Yes, it's me.
I'm seeing it from like.
Oh, you're seeing it from the side?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
I'm
it
not
is
seeing
me.
anything.
Hang on, Todd. God damn it.
What was that? You like a couple?
What do you think? What do you think our audience is thinking right now?
They're going to fucking see it.
Yeah,
That's what they're thinking.
Now
I can't see shit.
was that when you used to be heavy?
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
that's when I I'm currently
Is that what
heavy.
you used
No,
to
that
be?
was a couple years ago.
No, that
right?
was like this morning.
No, was it? Was it really?
Yes, it was.
That camera does add
Is that when you
15
were
pounds.
heavy?
What? You look like a.
Drink a lot last night, buddy?
The funny thing is, this is
perfect.
not the part I expected you guys to laugh at. I haven't even told you what the funny part is yet.
First of all, you look
It's
10
perfect.
years older in that picture.
Oh
You
my
look like
God.
your beard is much longer and that you were stung by a swarm of bees.
That was today.
I'm so
was
tempted to
brilliant.
just stop it right now and go, okay, Corey, that's enough.
As my
You can take it off.
as-
Yeah, that's fine.
as my aunt would say,
Yeah.
but at least you look good now. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Hey, Nick,
Yeah.
you know what backpedaling is?
Who, me?
I said, Nick.
Oh,
No, I don't
freaking-
need the back
He
pedal.
freaking smashed that one. He smashed you.
Nick doesn't know what
Was that your
backpedaling
heavy
is.
days? You look like
I thought it was
shit,
a few
man.
years
Was that
ago,
Years
or
ago,
like-
and you look like shit.
It kind of
This
looks
morning.
like if he was like, "Oh my god, I was in this lamp store," and Lori was like, "Hey, look, that guy looks just like you." Like, and it was just enough to where it kind of looked. He looked like a Bob that was a little off. Like that's kind of looks like a Bob that's a little off. Like it doesn't look like you.
I think you look quite fine there, buddy.
Thanks, Corey.
No
I
problem.
think this is gold.
1 out of
Comedy
3 ain't
gold.
bad. So the story is
Yep.
the story is we went out today down Dearborn, just walking around, going into shops and whatnot. While we were in the store, there were books on the shelf, and I looked on the shelf and I'm like, holy shit. And I picked up this book and I go, hey. And she's like, yeah. I go, I'm in this book. She's like, no way. And I'm
Etzel
like,
Ford?
yeah, come here. This is Etzel Ford. This is
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see it.
my high school alma mater,
Yeah.
class of 85, yearbook. So 1985 yearbook, I was a freshman. I was in that yearbook.
I wasn't even born.
Correct. But
Me
that's
either.
not the worst part. The worst part
Shut up,
is
Todd.
she goes, let's get a picture right now because we are in an antique store right now.
And you're inside a book in an antique store.
Yeah. This is the retro antique shop in East Dearborn.
Does that explain the so glorious smile you have?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, she took several of them.
gleaming smile.
This was the best of them. There were a bunch of fuck yous. There were a bunch of shitty faces. Yeah, this is the best of all the pictures she took.
You know, this could have went a different way.
It did go a different way, if you recall.
It did.
I didn't even get
it
to
went
the story.
way left. It went way
No,
left.
I'm saying with the book because you're like, I found a book that I'm in, and you said Etzel Ford, and at least it wasn't like a groundbreaking ceremony that you were in, like when they first opened the school.
To be fair, for everybody who's listening or
fair.
watching, Etzel Ford is the name of a high school, and it is the high school that I graduated from. Which, by the way, I was a freshman in 85, but Todd,
To be fair,
I can't reach the buttons. My hands are too short.
Glad we put everything on there.
Yep.
silliness.
Yeah, but Todd was
You're
a sophomore.
dragging us down.
Todd
What are
was
you
a
talking about?
sophomore in 1985.
You know what? A sophomore in 7th grade.
This is the first graduating class of Etzel Forest High School in 1919.
You know what's even funnier? Every item on the wall behind him is younger than he is.
Yes, that is true. That is the youngest thing that was in the store. Everything else is from the 60s, the 50s, the 40s. Somehow they picked up a 85 yearbook and it was on the shelf, and I'm like, I'm in this book. There's everybody I know that's in this book in my class. So I fucking bought it.
Well, probably because one of the employees probably left it out in the store. They probably keep it in the back room. It's probably one of those.
No, it was for sale. along with all
But
the
it was
other
probably
books.
one of those things where they're like, how are we supposed to cold call people for antiques? They're like, I don't even know the demographics of who would like antiques. And they said, I got you right here.
Yeah.
See
Did
this
somebody
yearbook?
get money for that, though?
We
Did
go
somebody
through all
get
these
paid?
names.
Yeah, $10.
These are the people who are old enough now that would buy antiques.
Absolutely.
But no, did whoever turned it over to them make money off that?
Yes, they did. Yeah, when you have an antique store like that, you go around to estate sales and garage sales and whatnot, and you're looking for unique, specific things for your store. And they found this somewhere, paid someone for it, and sold it at a profit to me. For $10.
I'm trying to figure out if I should sell my yearbooks.
I said the yearbook that he already had one of at some point.
No, I did not.
They actually got.
I only have one. The only yearbook I own is the one where I was a senior. That's it.
They actually got 3 wooden nickels for that.
They got a sketchy,
pelt.
credit card.
They got a beaver pelt.
Whose payment might be declined.
Womp them.
Anyway, I have always been on the cutting edge and willing to put myself at great personal risk for ridicule, and so I sent this picture to Cory to share.
Well done, sir. Well done.
And Nick
now you
knocked
can
it
take
out
it
of
off
the
this
park.
I did.
Thank you, Nick.
Yeah, and actually, because we were talking about old currency, like I actually saw, the reason that everyone calls a buck. You guys know the backstory to that?
I feel like you're going to tell me.
Of course, I'm going to tell you. It's a fucking audio podcast. We're going to be like, oh, no.
But if we all
look it up.
If we all said yes, we know it. Would you have not told us?
Of course, I wouldn't tell you.
Oh, bullshit.
It's an audio podcast.
Bullshit.
Google it.
Yeah,
exactly.
I call bullshit on that.
All 3 of us could have said, yes, we know exactly how. We will tell you after the show. You still would have told that story.
I would. We do have listeners.
Yes, exactly. It's an audio podcast.
So, I'll tell you right now.
All right.
So it says, when Michigan was young territory, deer were so common and hunting was such a big part of life that deer skins as a whole were used as money. Deer carcasses were worth $1, and hence the dollar became known what it was worth, $1.
Did you have that ready to go?
It was something I wanted to talk about at one point in time.
Wow, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Somehow I teed that up.
Thank you for teeing that up. Yeah.
What's a sawbuck?
Oh, what is a sawbuck?
I don't know. Tell me. This
Bob,
isn't
you
Come on, Todd.
You were around when they were
quickly Google. Quickly Google it.
Quickly Google. Damn it!
There's no quick Googling.
They're so quickly Googling. Sawbuck.
I love when we Google on the show.
Fuck, I know.
Yeah. Well, while he's doing that, Cory, let's. I'll do a booze news article.
And now it's time for booze news.
Okay, this doesn't apply to me because I totally. This is for more of my kids. Not even my kids. It was in between. But any of you guys, and I'm looking specifically at Nick and Cory, watch Barney when you were kids?
My sisters did.
I was too old for that.
You're too old for that? Mm-hmm. Todd, did you watch Barney just because you like Barney?
I never watched Barney ever. It's a purple dinosaur, right?
So you
Okay.
So you did watch Barney.
No, I didn't. I know what it is.
Fucking liar.
Nope, never seen it, but it's the show with the purple dinosaur. It sings a lot of songs with the kids out in the schoolyard. And episode 1 was involving, of course you've never seen it, Todd.
So, Todd, hold on.
Bill McGillicuddy was a producer for episode 1, as I recall.
Let me get this straight, Todd. So you know the premise.
I know it's a purple dinosaur. I know he's a character. He's a purple dinosaur.
You know the premise, but you wouldn't want to watch the show, if I'm correct, right?
No, I just never saw it.
Exactly.
No,
Exactly how I can make a reference about the fucking Stooges, and I still don't want to see them.
Well played, sir.
I'm confused.
Well, be confused no longer, sir, because Mattel Incorporated has announced today, this was as of February 13th, roughly a week ago, the relaunch of the iconic Barney franchise. They will span television, film, and YouTube content, as well as music, and a full range of kids' products, including toys, books, clothing, and more. I could not be less excited for this news, but I thought since Todd loves Barney and Cory's sisters have seen Barney.
I'm even more excited now because it just reminded me that I have a documentary in the queue.
Oh, no.
No.
Wait,
I'm
is
not
this
gonna
with
like
Barney and serial killers?
Yes.
Fuck me.
Great day in the morning. Was it?
Yeah,
Did it take place in the 80s?
Let me look.
It's called I Love
Is
You.
Bill Murray in it?
You Hate Me.
Let me just look over
And-
at the algorithm that I already ran to see what. Oh, whew.
I got Todd. Do I have Todd?
Yep.
Yes. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, can't wait for this segment.
Perfect. Yeah,
Oh,
there we go.
great. You guys can suck each other off for 10 minutes.
I don't know how they determined that people were clamoring for a return of Barney.
I feel like the crazy moms back then, there's still some around, and they want to see a resurgence of Barney.
No, it's probably the crazy kids that had to watch it are now moms. And
No, they're
like,
serial killers now.
okay.
And they're in the documentary I'm going to assign to Todd tonight.
Todd's like, they're probably white.
Well, there's going to be a big surprise for Todd about Barney then.
Look, should there be a baby Selesky at one day, you maybe find yourself in the video aisle looking, how can I keep this kid occupied so I can just go back to my garage and continue to chop wood or weld something, whatever it is you're doing back there.
Come on. Cory's not chopping and wood and welding.
I don't know what he's doing in the garage, but
he's organizing the tools he has that he won't use.
all right, fair enough.
Or
how can I
looking
keep
at porno
this kid?
magazines.
Yeah, how can I?
I have a phone, Todd.
How
Jesus.
can I peruse my vast porno collection? I gotta find a video that keeps this kid occupied while they're in the bouncy seat, and
It will not be Barney.
it might be.
Well, the good news is that
Documentaries.
this is all in the process, and so the resurgence will probably happen right around the time his kid's like 1.5. So that's going to be perfect.
I don't feel like it's in the process.
And-
I feel like it's happening now.
Yeah. I
But
feel like it's underway.
Oh yeah, it'll go away in about a year.
So then,
Barney
Barney
was there
won't
for-
be a thing.
Exactly. So it's going to be a thing when your kid
No, it won't.
wants.
No, dude, it's not gonna. This time around, it's not gonna last more than 6 months.
Dude, look at the demographics of everything going on these days. The resurgence.
Barney's what's needed.
The resurgence. I'm sorry, you're so in touch with children. I forgot. The resurgence.
More than you are.
He's been doing his homework.
The resurgence of things in the past now, because apparently people now can't think of new ideas. So they're like, you know what would be great if we just took all the great ideas from the 90s and 80s and we just did them again. And that's all like fucking TV is about now. Fucking Fuller House and all these different shows that have had reboots and shit. Of course they're going to fucking reboot Barney because they can't think of anything else.
I'm with you.
Yeah. Trust me, it'll be popular.
It's weak sauce.
Yeah,
Yep,
I really
it'll
want to
be-
poke holes in your argument, but I can't.
It'll be popular.
Not that popular.
All right. That's booze news. I got nothing after that.
I got.
I have.
Go ahead, Todd.
The Sawbuck is a $10 bill. Early $10 bills issued in the mid 19th century bore two prominent scripted Roman numeral 10s that somewhat resembled Sawbuck's X-shaped ends. Sawbuck.
Okay.
So explain that last part.
So, do you know what a Sawbuck is?
No, that was the whole thing.
we need to know what it's
Well,
sawbuck
we want to
is.
know what it is.
Assume we don't know.
You can't be like and
So you know
and it turned into a sawbuck. Like we got to
So-
know what a sawbuck
Okay,
is.
so Nick, you are perfectly suited to answer this question. And so, you know, in the westerns that you watch, and the guy rides into town on his horse.
Yeah, I know in westerns they ride into towns on horses.
Okay, and then they get off, and then they gotta tie their horse to something.
Yeah, the stake,
Sawbuck.
the stake in the
The
ground.
Sawbuck.
Is that what they called it? I feel like there was a different
the
name
ones
for
with
that.
the ones that have X-shaped ends with the kind of a post through the center.
Yeah,
So like think of like a picnic table, but it's just the post is the whole top of the table.
yeah.
That's a Sawbuck, and they had little spikes on there, so you could put your lasso around there and tie your horse to him. But that's a Sawbuck.
Nick thought that was called horse parking.
You know, I wonder if it has to do with
So why did they name a $10 bill after that? That's
Because
the part
the
I'm.
Roman numeral 10s that were stamped on the
X?
$10 bill at the time was the X that looked like the Sawbuck.
Okay. All right. It's crystal clear now.
Yep.
But how did that become known as the sawbuck, though?
Because the $10 bill, besides having a picture of the president on it, Bob,
Yeah.
had the Roman numeral 10.
No,
which
no,
is
I
an
got
X,
that part,
which
but
looks
the-
just like a Sawbuck.
What you
So they
tied
called
your right, but the actual sawbuck. How did that get the name sawbuck?
Oh, dude, that's a whole nother Google search.
Am I wrong? I thought he was going to explain the origin of the term sawbuck. All he did was say, "Oh, that's what they call the
No,
$10 bill. It's named after
We
what
were
you
talking about-
hitch your horse to." But how did that get called a sawbuck?
I see where Todd was coming from there because he was just trying to explain how the bill was called a sawbuck.
Because it was originally
Because-
called a hitching post.
It was named after a sawbuck. I got that part. But
Yeah,
how did the sawbuck
you went
get its
deeper?
name?
Yeah, you went deeper into it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which I
That's
can't
like
blame
two
you for,
Google
but
searches.
Yeah. Are we having a-
It's two Google searches.
I thought we were going to have a Google off, but I just looked over and his phone is on. the
hitches-
table.
Nick was talking about the
That's
dollar
right.
bill, the buck. So I was on the money theme.
You know, your heart's in the right place. I love your attitude, love your aggressiveness, but I still don't know why the hitching post is referred to as a sawbuck.
we love your heart on.
I'm on it. Why the Sawbuck?
All right. Well, while he's looking up that, we're going to go back to the long version of Cory's Sorry.
Oh, hang on. Before we get out of booze news,
Yeah.
I had a story for you guys. Not so much booze news, but I guess we can fit it in here.
Okay.
So, as you guys know, but for those that aren't from the area, Michigan has been hit with some insane power outages lately.
Yeah.
Last couple of days, yeah.
Sure.
So what? Wednesday night, ice storm hit, and it was looking okay for us.
I'm going to step away to get
Yeah.
the booze because I've heard the story before.
Yeah.
But keep going.
And so Wednesday night, we were fine all night. As a matter of fact, got all the way till the morning, and my alarm went off at 9:30. I always have a tendency to hit snooze once, which I did, and went back to sleep for a second. After a few minutes, I kind of naturally woke up, and I'm like, holy crap, like, I think I've been sleeping longer than I should have been. I don't know why my alarm's not going off. So I started yelling at Alexa and asking what time it was without rolling over to look at the actual clock. And when she didn't respond after my third yell, I finally rolled over and saw that it wasn't on whatsoever. So I'm like, oh, we probably lost power. Got up. That was definitely the case. Didn't have power whatsoever. And I looked on the DTE app, and they were quoting us coming back with power on Monday, this upcoming Monday.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. So I'm like, well, that's like, we have the dogs that are going to be home. Like, it's already kind of cold in the house. 3 days, like, we're definitely not going to make that. Our food's not going to make it in the fridge, even if it is freezing cold in the house.
What was the lowest temperature it got to?
It was 60 when I left.
It's like 10 degrees warmer than Tony's house normally.
Yeah. Yeah. We don't normally have it like really, really warm, but
Yeah.
I'm like, 4 days without it, there's no way. So I started thinking, I'm like, well, I got to figure something out. So my mom had already texted me and asked if we had power. And I said, no, we literally just lost it this morning. She said, well, come over, grab the generator. I was like, okay, well, so you guys have power. And she's like, no, we're out of power. I'm like, well, why would I take your generator? Which she's just left for Florida that morning, but Callie and Dylan are still at the house. Mm-hmm. So I said, why would I take the generator from them? That makes no sense if they're going to eventually need it. So she's like, well, hey, listen, like, I was going to get you and Danielle one for your guys' anniversary anyways. Like, go pick one up today. I was like, I don't know. Like, I don't really want to necessarily.
Bro.
Well, and that's what I'm also thinking too. Like, yeah, everything's already been picked over and everything's gone. And I'm still supposed to be like getting ready to go to work. And so I decided, I'm like, well, I'm going to have to do something because there's no way, like I said, we're going to survive that for that 4 days. So I'm my boss know, like, hey, I got to go take care of this. She's like, yeah, go do what you need to do. So started looking up, different Home Depot locations and what had which generator or this or that. And of course, all the app says is, oh yeah, we have 3 in stock or 4 in stock. But by the time you get there, there's people walking out with that stock and they're completely out.
Exactly.
So on the 5th Home Depot, I finally hit the aisle where the generators are, and there's several of them still there. I'm like, sweet. So start looking at the different ones and finally pick. I'm like, okay, I want to get this one. Now there's a line forming behind me, and people are lining up for these generators. So I get it on the flatbed.
Come on, man. Take forever.
And I'm like, I cannot let this thing leave my sight or I can't let this go anywhere I go in the store.
You got home.
So push it all around the store. And my mom's in
God
Florida.
damn it, Todd. Let him tell the story.
My mom's in Florida. She gives me a picture of her card to use to purchase the generator. I don't have $1,500 just laying around to get it. So I'm like, well,
So you didn't go with a cheap generator. You went with a $1,500 one?
that was the cheap. There was that or a $1,900 one.
Okay.
So it was the cheaper of the two.
Gotcha.
So I'm like, I'll just have them enter it by hand. Like there's a picture of the card, her name, my name, same last name, obviously. So one guy
Hats off to you, by the way, for having someone else's credit card and still having the intestinal fortitude to pick the cheaper generator.
Not for nothing.
Yeah.
Hats off to you for being white. Imagine a black dude fucking going, hey, here's a fucking picture with my name on it.
Oh no! Oh Todd, I feel you. I got to feel your pain, sir. I got to feel your pain. So I go to customer service. The black guy behind the counter at customer service tells me, "Yeah, man."
Some bullshit.
He says, "Yeah, just go down to the cashier. She'll put it in by hand." I said, "Okay, sweet."
Todd, and he also doesn't have the physical card. He thinks he's going to walk up to a cash register and say 14, 32, 73, 74, 75.
A picture of the card?
Yeah.
She'd take a picture of her card and send it to you. Yeah, this should be fine.
She's in Florida.
She's in.
Got a knife to her neck.
I don't think I've ever done that in my entire life.
Because you can't do that.
So I go to the cashier, And I was like, hey, ma'am, I did lie at this point. I was like, my wife just left for Florida this morning. She has her only card.
Oh, no.
She's an older woman.
And she's like,
Oh, no.
oh, you can't see on the credit card.
Oh, no.
So she just looks at me right away. Now, mind you, Todd, this is a white cashier that looks at me. And she's like, no, I'm not doing that.
Because she works with Daryl.
I was...
Daryl called down there and was like, look at
All right,
this motherfucker.
hold on. Let temporarily pause this. Todd, pour yourself a shot.
All right.
Let's just pause the story
All
just
right.
for a second. Whether you are in Canada or whether you are in Florida or in Germany, apparently Germany seems to be the biggest European country to download our episodes. I'm not going
Ja,
to say
das
the
ist sehr
number.
gut. Das ist sehr
It's
gut.
probably still
Sehr
embarrassingly
gut.
small, but
Ich
so
liebe dich.
if
Ich liebe
if
dich.
yeah, if you've got some beer or some wine, please join us.
And
Or some
for-
glass vodka. Spiced.
For our German compatriots. Prost.
What he
Cheers.
said.
2 times.
All right, Cory.
All right. Ooh. So the cashier tells me, yeah, not doing that. I was like, well, got down, just customer service told me that this wouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, that's a
She
long
said-
fucking story.
It's a Nick story, I know. And she's like, no, I'm definitely not doing that. I'm like, okay, well, let me go back to customer service.
Exactly.
On the way back down there, I'm like, wait a second. If I just order everything online and use the card on there,
Exactly.
I already have it all with me. I'll just take it to customer service, tell them I picked up my own pickup order, which I've done before, and just have them cash me out.
Did you pull the Pee Wee Herman?
I don't know. I mean, I know who Pee Wee Herman is, but
Hey, it's me again.
I tried my best.
Order it online, walk right back in.
So I go down there. I tell the guy exactly what's going on. He's like, oh, yeah, no problem. Get the first order taken care of, send everything through, give the guy the order number. He's like, yeah, I got it right here. As he's cashing everything out, I get an email saying transaction declined because my mom's in Florida. She's already used her card in Florida. She resides in Dearborn, and I live in Roseville, and I'm in Harper Woods getting a generator for $1,500. So
Family of swindlers.
right away, the guy at customer service is like, ooh, wait a second here. I'm like, son of a bitch. Yep,
Hey,
that's
Cory.
when, yeah.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. Go ahead.
Who did you give your WP card to?
I don't know what that means.
White privilege.
That's it. Because why aren't the police already arresting you? How come you're not getting clubbed in the head at this point in the story? I'm like, where's the freaking response?
Well, because I didn't
I was
try
trying to buy a generator, damn it, with a picture of a damn card.
I stuck to my guns. I stuck around. I wasn't fleeing or anything like that. So I think I was
sticking.
I was good at this point. So finally,
He actually returned with a fake mustache and beard.
exactly, in a trench coat.
Good evening, madam.
I was sitting on Nick's shoulders.
That's not Cory. That's 2 men in a trench coat.
So I call my mom. She's like, okay, I got a text from the bank. Do it again. So got everything to go through. As I'm walking out, I'm walking past this entire line of people, and everyone's asking if they could buy the generator from me. I'm like, oh, no, I clearly need this for a reason. That's why I'm here. But either way,
Yeah, right, dude. You were like, yeah, make me an offer.
no,
Exactly.
there's
That's what I
no
was saying.
way.
I've been like $4,000.
Well, if someone's going to pony up for you, I should have thought. I guess I should have said an insane amount. And
You should have
so if
said
I
$4,000.
could have bought a couple
And
generators.
then gone and bought a winter jacket.
Yeah, that would have been real good. So there's that same cashier. She's the only one working, and I have to walk right past her to get out the door. And the second she sees me walking past the registers, she dropped everything she had in her hands and jumped in front. She's like, I need to see your receipt. And I was like, okay. So I grabbed her off the generator. I handed it to her, and she's looking it over, looking. I'm like, I just went online and made an online order, and I paid for it that way.
Dude, you waved.
Well,
it
have
right
a
in
nice
your
day.
face.
And she hands it back to me. What's that, Todd?
You just waved your dick right in her face. That's
it-
the wrongest thing ever.
That's exactly. It felt quite good to do that.
But I mean, in all honesty, why do we have these rules where I can sit in the parking lot and order anything online with anyone's card, but if I walk into the store, it's unheard of?
Well, that was kind of my thing. I'm
because
like,
it's a dumbass loophole that people are exploiting, and like I said, all the big companies just try not to have to reimburse them. At the end of the day, this is rife for somebody to get robbed. And then people are like, oh, people scam me, refund my money. It's just a weird circle. Drives me insane.
It's not because you need to know the PIN number on the card, or you need to know the CCV code or whatever it may be. So as long as you have the pertinent information, like someone that steals a credit card probably isn't going to have most of the information. I mean, they should just require. They should just require.
How many places
do
you go and hand your card to somebody?
No, I'm saying is like they should just require you to enter the PIN of the card, whatever website you want to purchase it on or in store, whether it's a picture or not. As long as you can provide the PIN, okay, the purchase is good.
yeah. I mean, I don't disagree with that. But so either way, so I get it out, get it to the car, have to load this thing by myself because clearly no one came out and helped.
You don't help the criminal.
Yeah,
You don't help the criminal.
No one in the store was helping me at this point.
Were you getting any this motherfucker looks?
I think one of the car guys actually flicked me off, but so I get it all loaded up, get back home, unload it by myself, have to put it together in the driveway with everyone driving by looking at my brand new generator that I'll have tonight in my garage.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, people are going to be back tonight and kick my garage door in. But get everything set up, get all the cords ran, had to run back up to the gas station to get 6 gallons of gas and a whole bunch of, I think, of propane. And get home. Danielle had just gotten home. And I was like, hey, come out and check this, brand new generator out. We're going to have power tonight. Like, I got the TV and the Wi-Fi even hooked up to it. This is going to be awesome. And we open the garage and she looks at me and she goes, why is the garage light on? And I was like, well, it hasn't been on all day. So I flicked the lights on the garage, and guess what, Todd? Those fuckers came right back on. We had full power. Never even poured a drop of gas in that fucking generator. Took the day off work, ran around everywhere, nearly killed myself and almost crushed myself with a generator.
That's Murphy kicking you.
Power came in the pee-pee. Right back on, dude. Thank God Danielle was there because she immediately, I didn't even say a word. The second that we realized the power was on, she just gave me, not a hug. It was a squeeze, a violent squeeze. And she was like, it's okay. It's okay.
Right in the dick.
Right on the pee-pee.
And I'm like, oh, it's not okay, though. It's not okay.
Stop squeezing the balls.
I'm like,
just the dick, not the balls.
If you weren't here, I'd probably be hanging from these rafters right now.
Dude, I'll be honest.
First of all, you got yourself a good woman.
Generator. Absolutely.
A good woman and a good generator. To see her man in a moment of, woe is me, kind of like, what the fuck is it all for, to put her arms around you, like, you got one of the good ones. That being said,
yeah, no,
go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I'll be honest with you, like, horrible week, 6-day week, forced to work 6 days, whatever, helping out work, lost power, streaming shit from your phone, all the calls directed to your phone, overtime mandatory every day, like freezing in coats and hats at work. Honestly, I feel your, if I had to take the day off and have my parents give me $1,500, I don't know what I would have done. I mean, that would have really just been the thing that knocked over the whole fucking house of cards for me. So I salute you, sir.
Yeah,
good job.
I know. I was. If it wasn't for her being there, literally, if it was not for her being there,
totally lost it, huh? That's crazy. I can't even imagine what you went through.
I would have completely lost
Let's
it.
not. We all had rough weeks in different ways.
Yeah.
But I tend to look at it this way. And we were talking about it before the show. At the end of the day, you
when the turd hits the bottom of the toilet,
hold
Bob,
on, but
last time.
At the end of the day is not something that I say quite a bit.
You've said it 3 times tonight.
Have I?
Yes.
How do you keep that
on this
count
episode?
On that?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
He said it before you even got here.
So not on the episode.
Yeah.
Great. So it doesn't fucking count. So anyway, you have yourself a brand new generator. Should we lose power tomorrow, you are all set.
Covered.
Oh yeah, no, dude. And obviously the next day, it was funny because Yeah, we do have the generator, and I know at some point we are going to need it. And
there's plenty of people who, and you got your power back pretty fucking quick because there's, as I'm sure you saw on the way over here, there's plenty of people that
places,
4 days with no power.
Out.
Right. Not just businesses, but homes. So you got that going for you. You got to go to bed knowing that you did the right thing for the household. Exactly. And the way you talked about like, oh, I had to call off work, which made it sound like you're like, man, I really wanted to give my all for work that day, and god damn it, I wish I could, but I just can't.
He did. He really did.
Dude, you got the day off of work.
Yeah, but but here was the other thing that was kind of weighing on me with that too, which I guess I didn't obviously divulge into, but I only have a limited amount of sick time, and for something like that, that's not something I want to burn up 8 hours for.
Yeah,
dude, you got to wave your wiener in a Home Depot lady's face. you got to freaking pull out your WP card, freaking slap it all over the place. Freaking, you're winning, bro. You need to reassess.
Yeah, but it was just because
you had a Ferris Bueller day, bitch.
I thought about just taking the hit on the day with pay, but I put in for 4 hours of sick time, so got a half a day out of it.
To put into perspective, one of my managers, it was like the third day without power. He's at work. He's in jeans and a hoodie with his hoodie up. No power, no heat at work. He's sitting there like miserable as fuck. This is like day 3. He also is on day 4 of no power at his house with a wife and 3 young kids at home. Ooh. And I just looked at him and I'm like, how's everything going? And he's like, fuck, bro. He's like, my wife just texted me. We had someone installing a furnace for the last 2 days. Finally, the power came back on, and now the furnace is working. I'm getting the fuck out of here so I can take my first shit of the week where my ass cheeks aren't cold.
Hats off to him for quoting that is the hugest problem of
that's why
power.
I have my bidet.
The what is problem?
Hugest
on my generator.
Double major. Cold ass cheeks on a toilet.
All week at work, at home, you can't escape it.
Christ.
I looked at him.
I can't think of a worse hell.
I look at him. I said, he just looks so fucking miserable. This is the one I call Tall Cory. And I looked at him and I go, wow. I said, you're not looking so good. I said, jeans and a hoodie. It's not even a Friday. And he just stared into my soul. And I go, perhaps if you tried.
I feel your pain. Please don't fire me.
I said, perhaps if you tried a little harder. I said,
no, you didn't.
Maybe you
that.
could go to one of the, and I called out one of our other buddies that we work with. I said, maybe you can go to Casey's house a couple hours before work and get some laundry done. He just fucking stares at me. He's like, you can go fuck yourself. He goes, that's what's on my mind with all this bullshit going on. I'm like, yeah.
Nick Bader, in the midst of a power outage, still angling for
comedian.
Yeah.
Give him an award.
He's like, this fucking sucks, man. We haven't had to do laundry all fucking week. I got kids at home, fucking animals, people are bitching and shit. I'm like, yeah.
I will tell you, there's nothing like sitting on a cold seat after you're used to the warm toilet seats.
Todd, your version of a cold seat is a room temperature toilet seat.
Yeah,
so.
If we have any listeners or viewers, they all understand your toilet situation. All of them.
The old nitty gritty dirt bag.
Dude, my stomach like clenched up when he said he sat on a cold toilet seat. I'm like, I get his pain. My goodness.
The old nitty gritty dirt band sang a song called "You and Me Going Fishing in the Dark," and all I could think about was shitting in the dark this whole fucking week at work. And when it's 51 and you put those cheeks down on a seat, whew, at 51 in the dark when you're using your cell phone to light up the bathroom, that sucks.
I'm gonna go against the grain here. I don't dislike a cold seat.
I love a cold time.
Fuck that, man.
No,
just saying.
It is not conducive to good shitting. I'm just gonna say
no, because the cold constricts. The cold constricts and clenches everything.
Once again, you have crystallized my thoughts eloquently, sir.
It's what my loose butthole needs.
When I lost power Wednesday night, Indy and I stayed in the house. Wrapped myself up in a blanket. He was fine. Obviously, he's a husky.
Absolutely. And he's like, this is cool.
He's like, yeah, can we get any colder? This is nothing. This is bullshit.
He's like, finally.
When I woke up in the morning, it was 59 in the house, which is not bad if it's unless it's super super cold outside. But so I when it worked at Christie's in the basement all day, I packed up 3 laptops, dog bowls, leashes, treats, everything, and brought Indy with me. We spent the whole day.
Why do you have 3 laptops?
I have my laptop, and then I have 2 work laptops. And I needed my laptop because I needed to get the podcast done for Friday. So
what a trooper!
See what I mean?
Super trooper.
Exactly.
What a trooper!
So
put his pants on and everything.
And had to work.
Shower.
Had to work with my pants on. By the way,
yes. Zipper up.
I mean, that's what you're telling Lori. I'm assuming.
Yes,
she is
100%.
When I went to my when I went to my ex's and had to work there in her basement, I had to put pants on. She wouldn't let me in the house without them.
So for people who are just joining us and maybe have only listened to like a couple of episodes, divorced. Lori and I are boyfriend girlfriend. My ex lives 3 blocks away. Great relationship. She was one of the first ones who's like, "Hey, you got power?" Because she actually works for DTE. So everybody who is working on the problem.
Funny how that one house came up on the block that
she still had power.
Right. Dedicated line.
It would be totally weird if I looked at her block and like of all the houses on her block, she's the only one that had power.
That's what I'm saying. Just one porch.
That would be weird. But her whole block did.
Holy
have power.
shit, she's powerful.
You think they're that dumb, Bob? You know how they gotta keep up appearances. She's got the whole.
Look, I was in no position to ask questions, Todd. I'm like, yes, I will take up on your offer. I would be glad to work in your basement. So by the time I got back the next day, I was only out of lost power for roughly 24 hours. When I got back to my house that night, it was 52 in the house, which was a bit brisk.
Yeah, you don't say.
Yep.
I unpacked all my shit, fed the dog, let him outside, and then we both retreated upstairs to the bedroom where heat rises. Hopefully, lit a couple candles,
and insulation is
wrapped myself in a blanket, and I'm like
feverishly started masturbating.
Nothing else I could do, but he jumped on the bed. He's laying right next to me, which normally
did you spoon nude with Indy?
It's the pen. No, nude. It was 52 degrees. I'm not taking. I was wearing 2 pairs of socks, jeans, the warmest sweater that I own. But
There's no way I could have ever fallen asleep in 2 pairs of socks.
Oh my god!
Fucking jeans and a sweater.
Yep.
My god!
I was out
You're like Nanook.
Dude,
no.
I'm uncomfortable just thinking about
I had
that.
that Pendleton blanket,
and time goes.
I swear to God, that
by
blanket would keep me warm down to fucking 30 degrees. It's so warm.
They're very warm.
Indy, hand me
and
your
it was
paws.
cold enough at 52 that Indy jumped in the bed and he was laying on top
Forgive
of it.
me, Indy.
Which is crazy for a dog because you
so
touch
sorry.
that blanket and it makes you sweat.
Oh my god!
Right. So I grabbed the book that I was reading and I'm like nothing else to do, so I started reading the book. I had 2 candles on the bedside table and I was there for 30 minutes. And and all of a sudden
what did you guys make with the clay?
the lights came on and that was it. So 24 hours. 24 hours I was out.
Oh my god!
And
oh my god!
So
He's just breezing past it.
yeah, I'm breezing past. I'm not ignoring what you're saying.
Yada yada.
So with that, Corey, I'd like to go into
around
TT's
and-
TikToks because we
Indy looked into my eyes.
breezed past
and
that for
I
quite a
looked
ways.
at
Took the fur out between my lips.
Yeah.
TikToks.
We gonna let this go?
Are you ready?
We gonna let this go?
Yeah. You gotta let to get to the part.
The part? What's the part?
I'll show you. Watch on.
Okay. You can start playing TikToks while this is playing. Don't feel like you have to wait.
Here we go. Ready? Ready?
No. I'm really gonna have to fuck with that.
That's all I want to hear is that part right there.
All right.
All right, so this first one I got for you guys this week. This is a German pro surfer rides a 115-foot wave in Portugal. And dude, I at first I thought this was CGI. That's how insane this looks. You can see right in the middle of the screen, that's where the surfer is starting at in the video.
Well, I didn't think he started there. That's where he's currently at.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, he kind of just jumped onto the swell. He's in a helicopter, Bob.
Dude,
Don't you know
look at
anything about surfing?
How are people that close to 100-foot wave?
I'll tell you. I'll look it up on the break, but
Look at that
I've
shit.
actually watched the documentary about this particular place. Have you seen it? Mm-hmm. Okay, so do you remember the name of it? Because I don't.
I think it's something about the 115-foot wave.
No. It's about this particular
Spot.
Right.
Point Break.
So this is recent, but the documentary happened a few years back.
I'll have to look it up.
That's
Too.
But this
Patrick
is the
Swayze,
same
isn't it?
spot as that documentary. I just can't remember what the name of the documentary is.
Yeah, dude, that's just that.
If we had all sorts of crazy followers, they would be clamoring for us to like, hey, please put in the comments. I'd love to see the name of that documentary. No one gives a shit at this point. So
We're working on it.
Yeah, we're working on that part.
Dumb shit black people would never do.
Dude, that's it. I just listen, I saw this video and I'm like, it's not funny by any means, obviously, but I wanted to show you guys.
Todd,
So I thought that was
have
pretty
you
sweet.
never
Did he get killed?
have you never
Did he
gone
die?
surfing or taken a surfing lesson of any kind?
I have not.
Do you have any desire to?
Not really.
Okay, you do know how to swim though, correct?
I do.
All
Yeah.
right.
I like water sports. I love the water.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. I don't mind a
those
little pee
water
on me. Don't mind a little pee on me.
Do you have your passports? Did you get your shots? Girl,
Just don't get it in my mouth.
All right, this next one. So this is a groundhog named Chunk that's been going to a farmer's crop every day for 4 years, and he eats his crops right in front of the camera.
is this
Like,
your spirit animal?
I think it is.
Fuck you, Chunk.
He just sits there and eats all his shit.
Oh, fuck him, dude. He'd get some buckshot right up his ass.
Dude, what a little bastard of a groundhog.
He's so adorable though. How could you be mad at him?
is.
Stop feeding the motherfucker. That way he won't fucking come to your house eating your shit.
I like the way he's. Wait, hold on. Grapes are not a crop.
Exactly. Dude's feeding him.
Yeah. Have you seen the videos, Corey? There's a very similar video about a lady who keeps trying to do like yoga videos or something, and she's got some sort of an ostrich on her property that keeps on going up to the camera.
Oh, yeah, no.
Sort of.
She's not. No, it's not a yoga. She owns a farm.
But you
Is it
know
emu?
the one I'm talking about?
I follow her on TikTok. I'll have to start saving some of her videos.
Is it an emu or an ostrich?
An emu.
Okay. Well, Bob said ostrich.
Yeah,
Is it some
Corey
sort of
corrected
a-
me. Yeah,
Some sort of a.
Yeah, I was right. The emu is some sort of an ostrich. Stop second guessing me, Todd.
I can't think of his name, but
Here you go, Todd. I know you like water sports.
Do you have your passport? Did you get your shots? Girl, would you like to come back with Rob to America?
Is this going to get us kicked off of YouTube?
It's probably exactly. If I can't play my stuff.
No. It's not even a real song. It's something he was in like Portugal and he made up some song.
Oh, the
about
Portuguese are you can't trust the Portuguese.
Andy's in jail. He made up some song about how he wouldn't let any girl come back to his hotel room unless she had her passport and all her shots.
It seems fair. That tracks.
That's a rule. That's a rule of the game.
Last one I got
R.
for you
Kelly
guys. This is a husband and wife sitting in their living room, apparently enjoying some adult beverages, and just see how it plays out here.
You've been very drunk for the last hour.
Me or you?
You.
The timing on this is absolutely amazing.
And the fact that they had a camera going in the corner was amazing too.
You've been very drunk for the last hour.
Me or you?
You.
Unless she's trying to amass evidence against her.
Dude, that was
for
a
some
that
sort
was
of
a
a
serious
divorce
fall.
or custody proceeding. I would say hats off to you, sir.
You wouldn't know anything about that.
I would not.
So that's TikToks for the week.
All right, let us close it out here with 3/4 gentleman's agreement.
Gentlemen's agreement, gentlemen's agreement, gentlemen's agreement, gentlemen's agreement, gentlemen's agreement, gentlemen's agreement, oh, gentlemen's agreement, oh, it's the motherfucking gentlemen's agreement, gentlemen's agreement, oh.
All right. Todd, any chance we could start with you first?
You can, sir. You can.
All right. You had Gangs of London by
I
me.
did. Indeed. And I'm curious to know why you assigned this to me. But
I assigned it to you because I watched it. I liked it. Thought you would.
Okay.
Simple as that.
I will be watching it. I will watch both.
Wait,
seasons.
hold on. I will be watching it?
I watched it.
Oh, okay. I thought you.
I will continue to watch it.
Okay, good.
I will continue to watch it, but I'm
All
giving
right.
it. I'm giving it a solid C+.
Okay, fair enough.
And again, so not spoiler free. And I know I'm supposed to only go like 30 seconds, but I'm longer than that. It's just me. Anyway, it's a action drama series about the gangs in London, right? The gangs of London, and there's kind of this weird hierarchy. The patriarch of the criminal underground is assassinated early on, and then that leads to a bunch of stuff. But how the power is organized is very confusing. The main reason I'm giving it a C+, Bob, but I'm gonna watch it because I think the plot is very.
Hold on, that's the second time you said I'm gonna watch it. I feel like you may not have watched this.
No, I did watch it. I'll tell you why I'm going to continue watching and why I'm giving it a C+ though.
Okay.
During one of the scenes, one of the characters, and I won't give away who or what he is, but he hands out a beating to 8 people. And how do I know it's 8? Because he beat up so many people that, as one of the kind of Easter eggy lines in there, somebody goes, "You kicked 6 people's ass," and he's like, "It was 8." Anyway, so there's some, but he beat 6 people's asses, and like Street Fighter type, John Wick level ass beatings, like throwing people in the air. I saw this suplex at least twice. And then after physically pummeling 8 men, he then full speed chased another dude, what looked to be a mile, according to the videography.
Yeah.
And caught bro. And I'm like, my suspension of disbelief got freaking halted about 35 seconds into the chase after he whooped 8 motherfuckers' ass. So, again, I'm a fan of John Wick. But in this, and then again, in the next episode, there's another fight sequence. And again, clearly they've hired the John Wick photography folks because they are freaking, there's more suplexes and awesome ass beating beatdowns with butcher knives and darts and all manner of other cool shit. It's amazing. It's amazing. But it's also supposed to be kind of a serious crime drama thing. And so I'm like, is this John Wick or is this, you know what I mean? The Wire. So C+. I'll continue to watch it though.
So, but it sounded like you enjoyed it.
I did, except for that. Except
why
for my brain is broken. It's C+. It's like,
but why?
I'll eat a Hydrox cookie if it's the only thing on the plate.
What does that mean?
I think we all know what that means.
No, none of us know what that means. Or Nick would be explaining it to me right now.
I'm sorry, but you're out of your 2 minutes.
That's Todd pulling out his RBP card.
All right, so Todd, how many episodes did you watch?
4.
You watched 4 episodes.
Yeah.
All right, so
and I'm going to continue to watch. It's a solid C+. I didn't say it sucked ass. It's a solid C+.
I feel like C+ is a suck ass grade.
You got Oreos, Hydrox, and then the shit that just melts in your hand.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Wait, hang on. What's this other magical cookie that melts in your hand?
I'm sorry, but I think we're all out of time.
Value right.
All right. We're moving on. I feel like I need to leave Cory for the end.
All right.
Because there's some sort of shenanigans going on with his assignment. So I will
You said
say
shenanigans. Push the button.
I did. What button am I pushing?
Never mind.
All right.
Yeah.
So I had to watch Cory assigned me The Great Hack.
No, I sent it to you.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry, Todd.
Oh, shit, I know.
You assigned me The Great Hack. So this is on Netflix. It is a documentary, a 2-hour show about it's about basically manipulation of the public via the internet, with Cambridge Analytica at the center of it, and the whole thing centers around two people. One person who he requests Cambridge Analytica to get for his data. They've been collecting data on him, and he wants it. Like, you've collected my data, I would like a copy of it. And so he has to take them to court to get it. And in the meantime, there's a girl who is part of Cambridge Analytica who was part of pulling people's data, but she's since had a change of heart and decided to cooperate with the government, and she can't sleep at night. So suffice to say, Todd, it was nothing in this show was surprising to me. I knew all of it before. It's a sad state of affairs. It's really a grim story about how we're being manipulated through social media and inundated with fake advertising and spam bots and everything else in order to sway a portion of the public that is not left, not right, but center. And it is in that way that, larger corporations are trying to influence elections and things like Brexit and all sorts of other things across the globe. It's sad to say none of it was a surprise to me, but I'd not seen this before. It was really well done and just really depressing at the end.
Because the penalty is nothing, but ultimately,
right.
Like I said, we need to educate ourselves. I think that's I actually.
I'm sorry, we're all out of time on that.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So I will say I was a fan of it, but yes, to your point, Todd, we need to educate ourselves at the end and make sure that, and that's part of, when you have kids, you this is what you teach them, that they need to make sure that they understand that everything that goes on online is there forever. It'll never go away. So you have to take everything that you see with a grain of salt and make sure that you understand what you're putting out there and making available to the public. So thanks for assigning it to me. I appreciate it. Not a single serial killer in sight.
It was a good
Not
documentary.
one.
All right. And Cory.
So Nick had me last episode, and he didn't have anything at the time, which I completely forgot until today when I went to go watch my assignment.
So did I.
So rather than
Bother Nick with his
I knew,
crazy busy schedule.
well, and
He'd have no time to assign something to you.
And his vast library of movies that he can assign, I figured I'd take it upon myself to start watching The Last of Us,
Which he has not seen, but I'm caught up with.
Okay.
And so it's a great assignment you gave to yourself.
I didn't know if I was gonna like it or not, to be honest with you.
Now,
So
had you ever played the video game? I never.
No,
have.
I was aware of the video game though.
Right, me too, but I never
Yeah.
played it. So how many episodes did you watch?
I'm on halfway through 4 right now.
Okay.
No, it's a great series. I was kind of afraid it was going to be very Walking Dead-ish at first,
Right.
knowing the premise of it.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I don't know what it is about the casting and the how it's written. Their characters are grabbing me a lot more than The Walking Dead ever did. So the plot alone of Joel and I can't think of her name, Ellie.
Yep.
That like their that relationship alone, like it's worth watching for that. And then you have and I won't call them zombies because they refuse to call them zombies in the show. The clickers and the other infected. That it's definitely a different play on a zombie show. It's not your average run of the mill Walking Dead. So I definitely enjoyed that. So I will continue watching it and get caught up with it. So thank you, Nick, for letting me assign myself The Last of Us.
Great.
What'd you think of the third one? The third episode? with
I'm sorry, we don't have enough time for that. We just ran out of time.
Bill and Frank.
Oh, dude.
Just ran out of time.
I had
Sorry.
a physical reaction to that.
Yeah.
I was just picturing Ron
Nick,
Swanson the
you're
entire
nothing if not
time.
fair.
Right.
And it made it very uncomfortable. Not even the gay aspect by any means. It was just picturing Ron Swanson.
Oh, you are ignored.
And that's what made it so, and the where they put it into the story at first, like, you're like, wait, how does this even play into any of it? But it was written in very well.
Hit the button.
Sorry. I'm sorry. That's the music.
To be fair, when it goes to the bottom of the toilet, push a damn button.
So let me know when you get to episode 6.
All right. Won't be too long.
All right, sir.
Brazenly flouting the rules.
And with that,
WPD.
that is the episode for this weekend. Thank you for joining us. On behalf of Cory, Nick, and Todd, this is Bob saying we'll see you next weekend. Take care of yourselves.
Good night.